Hello everyone, this is Fine from Tech Gaming Villa. I hope you all are well. Today I'm going to talk about the 2 TB, the Samsung S95B and the LG G2. The question is LG G2 versus Samsung S95B, which OLED tech comes out on top? The game has officially changed. It used to be that if you were in the market for a new OLED TV, there were a handful of brands to choose from. This year marked the release of an entirely new OLED. Samsung is one of the first brands to release one such TV, the S95B, and it just so happens to be going up against the best LG OLED ever, the LG G2. But what exactly is qd-oled and the S95B, all that it's cracked up to be? If you were having a hard time choosing, allow us to help. We have spent hours testing both the S95B and the LG G2. These TVs are still relatively new at the time of publishing, so you will likely have to wait a bit longer to see steep discounts on each. The LG G2 is 77-inch size and the S95B. Shoppers hoping to land a qd-oled TV in smaller or larger size options will have to wait for feature. In addition, the prices of each series 55 and 65-inch models are roughly the same, so the edge goes to the LG OLED on the basis of its larger lineup. If you see the performance, the S95B and LG G2 are OLED TVs since OLEDs don't rely on a backlight like traditional LCD LED TVs. Their self-illuminating pixels are able to shut off independently, producing perfect black levels. This has a number of positive impacts on several other areas of performance, including color, clarity, and off-angle viewing. But the S95B is one of the first TVs of its type, an OLED TV that also features quantum dots, which are microscopic nanocrystals that emit red or green light when struck with blue light. Quantum dot TVs typically offer a brighter, more colorful picture, but until now, all quantum dot TVs have been LED TVs. They tend to get brighter than OLED TVs, but lack OLEDs myriad advantages over LEDs. The S95B attempts to blend the best of both technologies. The benefits of qd-oled are immediately apparent when comparing the S95B with the G2. While both TVs offer an incredible world-class picture quality, the S95B is marginally brighter in HDR. Colors on the S95B2 are greatly improved by the addition of quantum dots. HDR colors on Samsung's qd-oled feature a bright, bold expression with reds and greens looking downright psychedelic. If we were comparing the S95B's performance to the step-down LG C2, the S95B would most likely run away with it. The C2 is incredible TV, but the S95B gets brighter than the LG C2 by a sizable margin. However, the LG G2 is the best OLED LG has ever made, and its brightness and color volume are the main reasons why the G2 doesn't get quite as bright as Samsung's qd-oled. The difference between 950 and 1150 nits is much harder to spot during most HDR content, especially when that pop of brightness is coming from specular highlights. And when it comes to color, the LG G2 stands toe-to-toe with the S95B. Both TVs cover about 98 to 99% of the HDR color gamut DC83. The LG G2 offers better out-of-the-box calibration in its most accurate picture mode, filmmaker. So if you are hoping to bypass the hiring of an expert calibrator, the LG G2 will get you a bit closer to reference standards with a few clicks of the remote. The S95B, on the other hand, tends to carry a more soaked-up, colorful picture in its version of filmmaker mode. Some folks may appreciate the extra pieces, while others might prefer LG's restraint. To sum up, the S95B offers marginally brighter spectacular highlights, but both TVs deliver world-class contrast and some of the best colors we have ever measured on a TV 2022. This one's too close to call, I will say. If you see the design, the LG G2 Gallery OLED gets its name from its design, as it's intended to hang on the wall like a portrait. For anyone planning on using a more traditional tabletop setup, an optional stand for the LG G2 is sold separately. However, after setting up and using the stand, find it to be a somewhat inelegant setup that feels like an afterthought. The separately sold stand introduces an unsettling amount of wobble and also causes the panel to lean backward. If you are agnostic about such things, you will probably get used to the panel's slight tilt, but anyone on the fence about this particular design flourish should be wary. That said, the LG G2 being designed from the ground up for wall mounting has its advantages. If you do intend to wall mount it, its ultra-thin wall bracket included with the TV keeps the LG G2 closer to the wall than traditional wall mounting brackets, and its narrow silver frame completes the art gallery look. Since the S95B isn't designed to sit flush against a wall, Samsung's engineers were able to accentuate the mind-bogglingly thin nature of its OLED panel. The S95B is so thin, in fact, that you will need to be careful picking it up and shifting it around as it's liable to bend. The S95B features a centered pedestal style stand that offers about 2.5 inches of soundbar clearance. The stand is flat metallic and features elegant rounded corners. If you don't plan on wall mounting your next TV, the S95B features the better looking design and security of a sensible wobble free stand. However, if a wall mounted setup is in your future, the LG G2 is the superior choice as it's been designed specifically with that in mind. The LG G2 and S95B are among the best gaming TVs you can buy. It's now cheap on 2023 because LG C3 and S95C is now available. That's why LG G2 and S95B price lower. So it's very good to pick up those TVs on cheap price. Each model supports both variable refresh rate and auto low latency mode for smoother low latency gaming. In addition, all four of the HDMI 2.1 ports on both TVs support 4K gaming at 120 Hz with a bandwidth of 48 GB per second. Both TVs offer a dedicated gaming settings menu that relays frame rate information, offers genre-specific picture adjustments, and gives folks easy to access to each TV's VRR settings. For Samsung, this feature is called Game Bar, and for LG, it's called Game Optimizer. But the S95 is also equipped Samsung Gaming Hub, a software suite featuring several cloud gaming services, including NVIDIA GeForce Now, Google Stadia, and Xbox Cloud Gaming. Gaming Hub lets you stream video games right to your TV, no console required. Although these TVs are neck and neck in the gaming department, the LG C2 might do a better job enticing picture pursuers, purists, and film buffs as it supports Dolby Vision, a popular proprietary version of HDR whose compatible titles can be found on Blu-ray and streaming platforms like Netflix. Like all Samsung TVs, the S95B favors HDR10 Plus, a royalty-free version of the format that works in a similar manner over Dolby Vision. There are plenty of HDR10 Plus titles out there. Amazon Prime Video offers a host of HDR10 Plus titles, for instance, but Dolby Vision is nevertheless the more popular format. Perhaps most importantly, the LG G2's built-in smart platform is a better overall experience than the S95G's. Samsung's Tizen smart platform is sluggish and more confusing to navigate. Jumping from one input to another, for instance, takes more clicks than it ought it to, and I frequently felt like my inputs were taking 2 or 3 buttons. Given that the two TVs both offer a similar set of top-of-the-line next-generation gaming features, this category comes down to the LG G2's Dolby Vision support and all-around better software experience. Well, I am tempted to point to the LG G2's superior smart platform, its Dolby Vision support, and its added size options as the determining factors in this matchup. I cannot overstate how much better the S95B looks on a table with its stand attached than the LG G2. Since most people don't end up wall mounting their TV, S95B's well thought out design carries it pretty far. Most people aren't going to buy a TV that's 77, 83, or 97 inches either, so it's a little genius to weigh the G2's extra size options heavily. As well as benefits over the S95B that leaves the G2 with a faster, easier to use smart platform and Dolby Vision support. Two important features to be sure, but how important are they to you? If you intend on making an external streaming device, your gateway to digital content, the built-in smart platform of your next TV isn't as important to you as it might be with other people. And if Dolby Vision functionality isn't quite on your radar, the G2's inclusion of it probably won't affect you very much. Personally speaking, here's how I see it. If I were wall mounting my next TV, I'd buy the LG G2. If I weren't planning on wall mounting my next TV, I'd buy the S95B. Both TVs are among the best I have ever seen, and both will remain at the top of their class for years to come. So that's it from now. If you like this video, please subscribe and press the bell icon for future notifications update. Thanks for watching.
To change your